Good morning, Cullman. Thank you for joining us on Cullman Today. I'm your host, Christine Wiggins, and today is Friday, May 2nd. Coming up on Cullman Today, drug and firearm arrests, the Imagination Library relaunch, and fundraising totals for Jordan's junk drawer. All of this plus sports, weather, and more. Now let's take a closer look at the top stories happening in Cullman today. The Cullman County Sheriff's Office took multiple firearms and a large amount of narcotics off the streets recently in two separate incidences. On April 29th, deputies responded to the report of a crash in the Fairview area. Stacy Cleveland Hoagland, 53, of Cullman, was identified as the driver. Alabama State troopers also responded to the scene and allegedly determined that Hoagland was intoxicated. A subsequent search of the vehicle allegedly yielded a substantial amount of narcotics. Troopers arrested Hoagland and charged her with driving under the influence. Deputies charged her with drug trafficking. Hoagland is currently being held on a $502,000 bond. On April 30th, the CCSO Investigations Division conducted a search pursuant to a search warrant in the Crane Hill community. James Lee Lovelace, 42, of Crane Hill, was located at the residence in question. Multiple guns, stolen property, drug paraphernalia, and various amounts and types of narcotics were allegedly located as a result of the search warrant. Lovelace was arrested and is currently being held at the Cullman County Detention Center on a $1,020,800 bond. He is charged with 2 counts of drug trafficking, unlawful possession of dangerous drugs, 3 counts of receiving stolen property, illegal possession of prescription drugs, unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia, 2 counts of unlawful possession of cocaine, and second-degree unlawful possession of marijuana. The United Way of Cullman County celebrated Dolly Parton's Imagination Library relaunch on April 24th at the Cullman County Public Library. The Imagination Library provides children from birth to age 5 with free, age-appropriate books delivered directly to their homes each month. Ariel Thompson, Community Engagement Coordinator for Alabama's Imagination Library, says this is a great way to encourage a love of reading, helping build vocabulary, brain development, and social-emotional skills at a young age through books. For families who choose to sponsor their child for $35 a year, the state provides matching funds to support an additional child. Thompson emphasized that it's not just about free books. It's about creating a culture of literacy and community support. Local author and Resource Development and Outreach Manager for United Way of Cullman County, Taylor Blake Johnson, spoke at the event about her personal experience with the Imagination Library, her son having graduated from the program after receiving books throughout the pandemic. She said that the books arrived every month, even during uncertain times, and gave them something to look forward to. Johnson recently published her own children's book, Finley and Her Purple Glasses, inspired by both her work with the Imagination Library and a classmate of her son who has unique glasses. The program is available to all families regardless of income, and enrollment can be completed online. For more information or to enroll, visit the Imagination Library's website or contact United Way of Cullman County. Jordan's Junk Drawer, an initiative adopted during the Cullman Chamber of Commerce's Leadership Cullman County program, has assembled and distributed 50 sensory kits to schools, hospitals, libraries, and other spaces. The drive raised $2,630 and collected 343 sensory items. There were many standout donors during the drive, including Cullman Electric Co-op and Tri-Green Equipment, which provided custom-made tractor-shaped poppets that became a favorite among the kids. The kits were assembled at the Cullman Area Technology Academy, where students assisted in building the kits. Kits were sent to Cullman County Schools, to the Child Development Center, the Cullman County Library, the Sanctuary at the Woodlands, and the Cullman Regional Medical Center. And those are the top stories in Cullman today. Coming up, Addison sweeps Lynn to advance to Class 1A semifinals. Sports is next. Welcome back. In today's sports segment, let's check out the latest local playoff baseball action. After defeating Pickens Academy on the road in round 2, the Addison Bulldogs were back home to host a Class 1A quarterfinal series against Lynn Thursday night. The Bulldogs dominated Game 1 12-1. In Game 2, Addison fell behind early but rallied to earn an 11-6 win and punch its ticket to the semifinals. The Bulldogs will face either South Lamar or Hackleburg next week. Addison jumped out to an early lead in Thursday's first matchup. Tucker Thompson scored on a wild pitch to put the Bulldogs ahead 1-0, and a 2-run single from Jackson Williams made it 3-0. Kyle Lake scored on a fielder's choice later in the inning to give Addison a 4-0 lead going into the second. After a scoreless second inning, Caden Dyson drove in Stone Talley with a sacrifice fly to make it 5-0 going into the fourth. Lynn was able to trim the lead to 5-1 in the top of the fourth, but the Bulldogs hit back hard in the bottom half of the inning. With the bases loaded, Addison scored 2 runs on passed balls and another on a walk to move ahead 8-1. Another passed ball and a sacrifice fly from Williams stretched the lead to 10-1, with the Bulldogs tacked on 2 more runs before the end of the inning to make it a 12-1 lead in the fifth. The Bears were unable to score in the top of the fifth, and Addison won 12-1 to take a 1-0 lead in the series. In Game 2, Jed Wilkins scored on a fielder's choice in top of the first to give the Addison an early lead. Lynn plated 3 runs in the bottom half of the first to take a 3-1 lead, but an RBI single from Carter Pratt cut the lead to 3-2 in the bottom of the second. Lynn tacked on 3 more runs in the third to extend its lead to 6-2. A sacrifice fly from Pratt trimmed the lead to 3 in the top of the fourth, and the Bulldogs seized the momentum in the top of the fifth. Stone Talley lifted a 2-run home run over the right field fence to make it a 6-5 game, and an RBI single from Dyson tied the game at 6 going into the 6th inning. Wilkins knocked a 2-run home run to center field to give Addison an 8-6 lead in the top of the 6th, and Tucker Thompson scored on an error late in the inning to make it 9-6. Talley scored on the passed ball, and Lane Stewart scored on a double steal to put the Bulldogs in front 11-6. Addison collected the final 3 outs in the bottom of the 7th to secure an 11-6 win and a spot in the 1A semifinals. And that wraps up sports for today. After the break, we'll bring you 4 stories in under 4 minutes, including a Singo Bingo networking event and STEM Day activities at East and West. Welcome back. Now it's time to speed things up with a news rundown, 4 stories in under 4 minutes. Today is National School Lunch Hero Day, and the Cullman Police Department wanted to make sure that the lunch ladies of Cullman City Schools were recognized as some of the community's unsung heroes. CPD said that these dedicated individuals work hard every day to make sure children are fed and cared for, and wanted to return the favor with a small token of appreciation. Cullman City Schools are closed today, so the CPD, in partnership with Cullman Law Enforcement and Community Services, Taziki's Mediterranean Cafe, and the South Walmart, visited the lunchrooms yesterday bearing gifts. CPD said they are committed to strengthening community connections and honoring those who make a difference behind the scenes. Paula Garman Harris's story is a testament to the transformative power of community colleges. As a proud alumna of Wallace State Community College, Harris's journey from a student with limited resources to a leader in the pharmacy world is truly inspiring. Harris attended Wallace State from 1981 to 1983, earning an associate degree in medical technology. While at Wallace State, Harris worked at Cullman Medical Center every weekend, balancing her job with her studies. Harris credits her success to the supportive environment and exceptional instructors at Wallace State. After graduating from Wallace State, Harris continued her education at Samford University School of Pharmacy, earning a bachelor's degree in pharmacy and a geriatric certification from Purdue University. She said that all the education she received at Wallace State was critical and directly correlated with her entry into pharmacy school. As Harris approaches the end of her career, her dream is to return to Wallace State and teach. She hopes to inspire future students and help them see the value of community colleges, just as Wallace State was the foundation for her enriched life. If you're a fan of bingo and a music lover, Singo Bingo may be the game for you. Instead of numbers, players mark off their card as they recognize songs from their favorite playlists. The Cullman Area Chamber of Commerce and Visitor Center's Young Professionals is hosting a Singo Bingo After Hours Thursday, May 8th at Hank's Sports Bar and Rumors Deli. The event is open to all young professionals aged 21 to 40 who are looking to network, enjoy a night of music, mingling, and a little friendly competition. It's a free event. Registration is open on the Cullman Chamber website under the community calendar. Students from East and West Elementary Schools spent yesterday making marshmallow catapults, learning computer code, and more as part of annual STEM Day. STEM Day is a key part of Cullman City Schools curriculum because it celebrates 4 fields that are key to innovation, problem solving, and the future of society: science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. It's a day meant to get students excited about how STEM shapes the world around them. Some activities students had the opportunity to experience include a sand to structure 3D printing lab, an egg drop challenge, technology activities including robotics and coding, building a life-size marble run, plus a human senses lab provided by Wallace State STEM ecosystem and a team member who helped conduct a NASA experiment in microgravity. And that's your 4 stories in under 4 minutes. Now for a quick break before we look at the weather ahead and pay our respects with obituaries. I'll be right back after this quick message.
Almonds in full bloom in the newest edition of Community Matters from the Cullman Tribune. Discover fresh dining spots, celebrate community connections, and meet local heroes making a real difference. From stunning sights to courtside lights, there's something for everyone to enjoy. Pick up your free copy around town or read it online today. Community Matters. Get to know your community.
Let's take a moment to pause and pay our respects to those who lost their lives this week as we turn to obituaries. Mary Lou Kremsner, 60, of Cullman, passed away on Thursday, May 1st. Funeral service will be at 2 p.m. on Monday, May 5th at Cullman Heritage Funeral Home with burial at Hopewell Cemetery. Visitation will be from noon to 2 on Monday at Cullman Heritage Funeral Home. Frederick Michael Ellard, 73, of Athens, passed away on Monday, April 28th. Visitation will be held on Monday, May 5th, beginning at 1 p.m. Funeral service will immediately follow visitation at 3 p.m. All services will be held in the Holly Pond Funeral Home Chapel. Mr. Ellard will receive military honors as he is laid to rest in Holly Pond Cemetery. Lisa Jeanette Miller Carr of Cullman passed away on Tuesday, April 29th. Visitation will be held on Saturday, May 3rd from noon to 2 p.m. Funeral services will immediately follow visitation beginning at 2 p.m. All services will be held in the Holly Pond Funeral Home Chapel. Our thoughts and prayers go out to their friends and families. Now let's take a look at your weekend weather forecast. Today we'll see mostly sunny skies with a chance of afternoon showers and thunderstorms and a high near 81. Tonight showers are likely and a thunderstorm possible with a low around 63. Saturday there's a 90% chance of showers and possible thunderstorms, high near 71. Saturday night chances of rain decrease to 30% with a low around 53. Sunday the sun returns with a high near 70 and a low around 48. That wraps up today's edition of Cullman Today. Thank you for sharing your morning with us, and remember to stay connected by following us on social media and visiting CullmanTribune.com for the latest from our community. We'll see you bright and early Monday morning at 6:30 a.m. I'm Christine Wiggins with Cullman Today. Have a wonderful weekend, Cullman.